The Black Death, when death rewrote the world. In the mid-14th century, Europe experienced one of the most devastating catastrophes in human history, the Black Death. Sweeping across continents with terrifying speed, this pandemic not only killed tens of millions but also transformed society in ways that still echo today. To understand the modern world, one must first look into this dark chapter when death reshaped economies, beliefs, and the very structure of life. The Black Death, widely believed to have been caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, first emerged in Central Asia before traveling along trade routes into Europe. Merchant ships played a crucial role in its spread. When infected ships docked in ports such as Messina in 1347, they brought with them not just goods, but death itself. Within months, the disease had begun its relentless march across the continent. The symptoms were horrifying. Victims developed painful swellings known as buboes, usually in the neck, armpits, or groin. These were followed by fever, chills, vomiting, and in many cases, death within days. The speed and severity of the disease meant that entire communities could be wiped out before any effective response could be organized. It is estimated that between 1/3 and 1/2 of Europe's population perished within just a few years. Medieval society was ill-equipped to understand, let alone combat, such a disaster. Without knowledge of bacteria or modern medicine, people turned to religion, superstition, and fear. Some believed the plague was a punishment from God, leading to widespread acts of penance. Others searched for scapegoats, tragically resulting in persecution of minority groups. Meanwhile, physicians, recognizable today by their iconic beaked masks filled with herbs, attempted to treat the disease with limited success. Yet amid the devastation, profound changes began to take shape. The massive loss of life led to a severe labor shortage. Survivors suddenly found themselves in higher demand, which shifted the balance of power between workers and landowners. Serfs, who had long been tied to the land under feudal systems, began to demand wages and better conditions. This shift contributed to the gradual decline of feudalism and the rise of a more modern economic system. The psychological impact of the Black Death was equally transformative. Art and literature began to reflect a heightened awareness of mortality. Themes such as the Dance of Death reminded people that death came for everyone, regardless of wealth or status. This cultural shift encouraged a more individualistic outlook, which would later contribute to the intellectual awakening known as the Renaissance. The pandemic also altered the course of science and medicine. Though immediate progress was limited, the sheer scale of the disaster exposed the inadequacies of existing knowledge. Over time, this would inspire a more systematic approach to studying disease, laying the groundwork for future breakthroughs in public health. Interestingly, the Black Death did not disappear entirely. The bacterium responsible continued to cause outbreaks for centuries, including the Great Plague of London. Even today, isolated cases of plague still occur in some parts of the world, though modern antibiotics make it far less deadly. Looking back, the Black Death was more than just a tragic episode, it was a turning point. It shattered old systems, challenged long-held beliefs, and forced humanity to adapt in the face of unimaginable loss. While the suffering it caused is impossible to overstate, its legacy is deeply woven into the fabric of modern society. In a strange and sobering way, the Black Death reminds us of both our vulnerability and our resilience. It shows how crisis can accelerate change, pushing societies to evolve in ways that might otherwise take centuries. And perhaps most importantly, it serves as a reminder that even in the darkest times, humanity endures.